Welcome to the second of our short video presentations on understanding depression. In the first video, we talked about how to recognise depression, some of the possible causes and common symptoms. Now we're going to explore the cycle of depression, what unhelpful thoughts are, and look at how to change this cycle. One way to think about depression is to use the cognitive behavioural model. Cognitive meaning thinking and feeling, and behavioural referring to our actions. The model shows how we think, feel and do are all interconnected and influence each other in an ongoing cycle. Thinking of depression in terms of our thoughts, feelings and actions gives us the opportunity to explore how effective or helpful our thought process can be, as well as the things that we are doing to try to reduce the distress that we're feeling. A key feature of depression is that you tend to experience automatic unhelpful thoughts about yourself, the world and the future. These thoughts can stem from our past experiences, our upbringing, our culture, family values and everything we have been exposed to. This includes things that we've heard people talking about and even what we've seen on television and heard on the radio. The result of negative or unhelpful thoughts, for example, that nobody likes me and that things are not going to change, if we believe these thoughts, it is likely that we could end up feeling depressed. And this in turn will affect what we do. It is only natural to want to make ourselves feel better. So therefore, by making ourselves feel better, we're more likely to withdraw from others and avoid going out if we believe that nobody likes us and nothing will change. By withdrawing from others and avoiding go out, we may then spend more time watching television or turning to food or alcohol as a way of distracting ourselves. However, by doing this, we are actually increasing our sense of isolation further. So we can see the feelings of depression and low mood can be made worse by certain things that we might inadvertently be doing or thinking in an effort to make ourselves feel better. We know that a symptom of depression is negative and unpleasant thoughts, and that one of the things that we can do to change this cycle of depression is to explore the types of thoughts that we're having and the effect of these thoughts have on the way we feel and what we do. Pick one day in the week and record any distressing thoughts that you have about yourself or others. Write down beside this how it made you feel and then what you'd done at that time. Remember, behaviours can be avoidance, for example, going to bed, trying to stop ourselves thinking about certain thoughts, or by avoiding going to a certain place. Then explore how much did you benefit from this. One of the most important things to remember is that we always have options. Is there anything different you could do? Speak to a friend, loved one, or contact someone to see what they would do. Ask them why they would do this and help see if this would benefit you. It can be difficult to make these changes, but please keep in mind you must make a choice to take a chance or nothing in your life will change. When you have a clearer picture of what the distressing thought was that triggered the negative feelings and resulting actions, you can begin to examine the bigger picture. Was there a benefit or upside? Were there any alternatives to the action you took? Or does the initial thought stand up to scrutiny? For example, did it originate from an unhelpful thinking style or pattern? Over the years, it can be easy to slip into unhelpful thinking habits, but once you can identify your particular unhelpful thinking styles, you can start to notice when it happens. They very often occur just before or during distressing situations. When you can notice them, then that can help you to challenge or distance yourself from those thoughts and see the situation in a different and more helpful way. Jumping to conclusions. This is what we're doing when we assume that we know what somebody else is thinking, and when we make predictions about what is going to happen in the future. Personalisation involves blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong or could go wrong, even when you may only be partly responsible or not responsible at all. This can be linked to self-critical thinking. Catastrophizing is imagining and believing the worst possible thing will happen, exaggerating the risks of danger or the negatives, and minimising the odds of how things are most likely to turn out, or minimising the positives. Shoulds and musts, thinking or saying I should or shouldn't and I must, puts pressure on ourselves and sets up unrealistic expectations. Overgeneralization happens when we take one instance in the past or present and impose it on all current or future situations. If we say something such as you're always or everyone or I never, then we're probably overgeneralizing. A mental filter is when we notice only what the mental filter wants us to notice and we dismiss everything that doesn't fit. It's like looking through dark blinkers or gloomy specks and only catching the negative stuff in our kitchen strainers, while everything more positive or realistic is dismissed. Black and white thinking is when we believe that something or someone can only be good or bad, right or wrong, rather than anything in between, or shades of grey. Compare and despair is whenever we only see the good and positive aspects in others, and we tend to get more upset when we compare ourselves negatively against them. In our next video, we will explore some of the ways that depression can be treated and also some ways that we can help ourselves. If this video has raised any issues for you and you require support with your mental health and already have a key worker, please get in contact with them. Otherwise, you can contact your GP. Alternatively, you can telephone Lifeline or the Smartens, who offer free 24-hour, 7-day-a-week helplines.